From the opening moments, Aida establishes a world of tension, danger, and intelligence, where the protagonist navigates a landscape filled with threats, both visible and hidden. The cinematography immediately draws the viewer into Aida's perspective, framing her within a cityscape that seems both familiar and alien, with streets that carry the weight of untold stories and alleys that conceal secrets. Aida herself is introduced as a character of layered complexity. She is methodical, yet adaptable. Her decisions driven by careful analysis, but tempered by instinct and intuition. This duality becomes evident in scenes where she must improvise under pressure, revealing a capacity for strategic thinking that elevates her beyond a conventional thriller heroine. The film's use of lighting and shadow creates a palpable atmosphere of suspense, emphasizing the psychological stakes of Aida's choices. One of the most arresting early sequences shows her tailing a target through a crowded market, her presence almost ghost-like amid the bustle, yet every glance and gesture calculated. This sequence is emblematic of the film's approach to suspense, relying on observation, timing, and the interplay between character and environment rather than sheer spectacle. Dialogue throughout the film is economical, yet loaded with subtext. Conversations that appear casual or mundane often carry hidden threats or coded meanings, demanding that the audience pay close attention. Aida's interactions with allies and adversaries alike are framed with subtle visual cues, from the tightening of a fist to a fleeting look of uncertainty, that communicate more than words could. The narrative unfolds with a deliberate pacing that allows for tension to build organically. There are moments of quiet reflection in which Aida's internal conflicts come to the fore, providing insight into her motivations and vulnerabilities. These sequences are critical for grounding the story in human emotion, preventing the plot from becoming purely mechanical. One particularly memorable scene involves a negotiation with a powerful figure whose intentions are opaque. Aida's approach is simultaneously cautious and assertive, revealing her ability to read people and situations with remarkable acuity. The sequence is enhanced by the cinematography, which alternates between wide establishing shots and tight close-ups that capture subtle shifts in expression and body language. The film's soundscape is equally compelling, using silence as effectively as music to create tension. The absence of sound in certain sequences forces the audience into Aida's heightened awareness, making every movement, every faint noise, a potential threat. This approach enhances immersion, making viewers feel the stakes and urgency of her actions. As the story progresses, themes of trust, betrayal, and moral ambiguity emerge. Aida must constantly navigate competing interests and shifting alliances, making choices that test her ethics and reveal her adaptability. Her moral complexity is highlighted in sequences where the lines between right and wrong blur, demonstrating the film's commitment to character-driven storytelling. Flashbacks are employed sparingly but effectively, providing context for Aida's expertise and motivations without slowing the narrative. These glimpses into her past enrich the audience's understanding of her decisions and deepen the emotional resonance of her struggles. The film also excels in its depiction of suspenseful confrontations. In one climactic scene, Aida is cornered in a confined space, the tension amplified by the interplay of light and shadow, her breath visible in the dim air. Every movement and choice is critical, and the sequence masterfully blends psychological tension with physical stakes. Compared to other contemporary thrillers, Aida stands out for its emphasis on intellect and strategy over brute force. Action sequences are present, but always serve the narrative and character development rather than existing purely for spectacle. This approach allows for a more sophisticated form of suspense that engages the mind as much as the emotions. Aida's character arc is compelling because it is neither linear nor predictable. Her growth is marked by careful decision-making, strategic risk-taking, and occasional moments of vulnerability that humanize her. Each choice she makes carries weight and consequence, and the audience is continually reminded of the cost of her intelligence and resourcefulness. The film's production design is equally meticulous. Urban landscapes, interiors, and props all contribute to a sense of realism and immersion. Every element feels intentional, supporting the narrative while reinforcing themes of secrecy, observation, and strategy. By the conclusion, Aida achieves a satisfying blend of suspense, emotional depth, and narrative cohesion. The final sequences bring together the strands of intrigue, strategy, and personal stakes in a way that is both dramatic and intellectually rewarding. Aida emerges as a fully realized character whose journey exemplifies the blend of cunning, moral complexity, and human vulnerability that defines modern thrillers. The film leaves a lingering impression, prompting reflection on the nature of intelligence, trust, and the choices that define our lives. Its combination of technical mastery, character depth, and thematic resonance ensures that Aida is not merely a film to be watched, but an experience to be felt and analyzed.